Welcome to the Odd Bros Powwow Sports Podcast. Today we're going to be debating who's the greater power forward, Draymond Green or Dennis Rodman. But before we start, we have a message that we'd like to convey.
We'd like to thank the people who subscribe our podcast, and thank you very much. And those who haven't subscribed it or haven't got a chance to see it, please do. You can find it everywhere.
You can find our podcast anywhere that you stream your podcast, be it Spotify, iTunes, or any other podcast streaming app. But without further ado, let's get cooking.
All right. Opening statement.
All right, start it off.
The unpopular fact. Rodman is a better defender than Michael Jordan, Pippen, and one of the best on-ball defender.
Is that your opening statement?
Yep. What do you got for me?
That was extremely weak as an opening statement, but you know I've come just to expect that kind of standard from you. So my opening statement.
Whoa. You heard this before.
For openers, it might be fact that Dennis Rodman was a better on-ball defender than both Jordan and Pippen, but here's a more accepted fact: Draymond Green's a better defender than Dennis Rodman was.
Okay, hey.
Dennis Rodman, as great as he was as a rebounder, Draymond Green eclipses him in every single category besides rebounding. And not just that, if it comes to versatility, as versatile as Rodman was, Draymond Green was that times two. As controversial as they both were, I mean, Dennis Rodman was a very controversial man outside of the court.
Wow.
And I feel like that might have taken away from his game. You know, be with all his mental.
That's so much garbage, man.
All right, what do you have to say?
The person who dumped garbage into your mind will do you considerably more harm than the person who dumped garbage on your floor. Because each load of mine garbage negatively impact your possibility and lower your expectation. You just said the most garbage stuff that I ever heard in my life. Draymond is garbage. He's what is? I heard this quote.
Fuck Charles Barkley, by the way.
Be a part of the solution, not the pollution. He's the reason KD left that Golden State.
KD was gonna leave regardless.
No,
doesn't matter.
A person who okay.
KD was a Batman that got treated like Robin. There's no superstar in the history of the NBA that used burner accounts and openly stated that he did. And there's no one that's been caught. KD's a fool. But you know what? Enough of this slander. I want to get right into this.
All right, let's get into it.
On the career stats, the two places that Dennis Rodman is better than Draymond Green is rebounding and overall titles. Other than that, he played more seasons, which obviously means he played in more playoff games. He played almost twice as many seasons as Draymond Green, but only made 4 more playoffs. Draymond Green has made more All-Star games. They both made to the All-NBA first team twice.
If Dennis Rodman played right now, he would have been
every
All-Star
That's
game.
the thing. That's the most ridiculous argument people made. Oh, if this guy played now, no, they played in the era that they played.
You know how tall he was? He was an inch taller than Kobe and an inch shorter than T-Mac. But he was 7 times rebound champion, 7 times NBA first team defense, 2 times NBA defense player of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go. I know it's tempting to bring the controversy with the hairstyle, the piercing, all that stuff. But the one thing people like,
as a pure player, Dennis Rodman, yes, I'll agree. He is a better rebounder. But other than that, okay, he made the All NBA defensive first team 7 times, but total all defensive selections, he only has 8. Draymond Green already has 5, and I said it again. He's almost played half as less seasons as Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman played 14 seasons in the NBA. Draymond Green has only played 8. So, you know what I mean? He still has a lot of time to catch up.
If you think about the 1990 season, right? I mean, the defense he played, Dennis, my argument, I think he's the main reason they won the championship. The 19/91 season, right? He can guard from your point guard to your center. Even sometimes.
You can make the same argument for Draymond Green because now he does play 1 to 5 on defense. And not just he plays all positions well on defense. But not just that. If we're talking about the impact he brings to a game, not only he can be a complimentary scorer, but where he really does shine, he gives you steals, he gives you blocks, he gets you assists.
So is Dennis.
If we just look at the stats, if we go on career stats,
the only thing Draymond is better than.
If we look at career stats, Draymond Green is a better scorer on his career. He's a better assist. He's a better playmaker on his career. He gets more steals on his career. He gets more blocks on his career. The only place Dennis Rodman eclipses him is when it comes to rebounds. And even then...
How many points did Draymond average?
On his career, he's averaged 9 points.
Dennis averaged 8.9 or something.
On his career, Dennis Rodman averages 7.3 points.
Dennis doesn't shoot. He just get the... offensive rebound here and there, but
we can't argue he did this. We're just arguing the statistics, the facts as they are, and not just that. We can go even further.
Let me ask you this though.
In their best seasons, okay, go for it.
Dennis played the era of the big man, right? It was 7'1", 6'11", you know, that time he was at his best. He was averaging 18.7. At his worst, averaging 14.9 rebound. I mean, Dwight, as a Superman, the fake Superman it is, 08, 09, won the rebounding title. He was averaging 13.8 per game. If you remember the Eastern Conference Final, Orlando versus Bulls. I don't know which game it was, but Dennis cut Shaq. Shaq scored 4 points in the second half. I mean, the guy can bring the ball, can pass the ball, can get under the skin like Carmelo, right? He can shut your best guy. I mean, he wasn't not. I can go by list, but he's a better player.
This is where I beg to differ. Yes, I will admit this readily. Dennis Rodman not only is a better rebounder, I'll go as far to say he's probably the best rebounder that there's ever been.
The best hustler, determination, grittiness, defense, willing to sacrifice himself for the good of his team, man.
All right, but now here's the thing. In their best seasons,
yeah,
the only place Dennis Rodman is better is rebounding. And when I say this is I say this not as to take away from anything, but he averaged 18.7 rebounds, which is truly amazing. But other than that, at his best, he'll give you 11.6 points in a game. He'll give you only 3 assists. He doesn't even give you a block and a steal. He'll give you 0.9 of each. Draymond Green, on the other hand, is a better scorer. And he's not even a primary scorer either. But he'll give you 14 points, 9.5 rebounds, which is not as impressive as Rodman. I can admit that readily. But then he'll give you 7.4 assists, which is point guard assist points right now.
I'm pretty sure if Dennis played
he gives you 2 steals, which for a big man is crazy, because give me another forward, like a power forward or a center that can give you 2 steals, and he'll give you 1.4 blocks. So already he's a menace on defense as well as being your best distributor.
Who's a better defender, Dennis
Rodman? Draymond Green's a better defender. I'll say that right now. He's a better defender.
You're delusional, man. He's the embodiment of a team player. He doesn't demand the ball. He knows his role and perform absolutely historic performance, man. He's really...
Okay, even if you say he's the better defender, Draymond Green is a better overall player. He's a more versatile player, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Because of the era require you to be that, right? Dennis, you have Jordan, Pippen, and Tony Kukoc. So he doesn't need to score. His job is to get rebound, defend.
So Draymond Green does his job whatever he's at. There's a lot of players in the league right now that play forward and play center that can't shoot a 3, that can't make passes, that can't defend 1 from 5.
The last couple years,
it's the era though. It's the era though, they say. But look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Era this, era that. No, as an overall player right now, when we look at it, Draymond Green is the better overall player.
On what? Just shooting.
Passing, blocks,
What's his percentage
steals.
on shooting?
Overall shooting or 3-point shooting?
It doesn't matter.
Overall shooting, he's a shade under Dennis Rodman. He's like at 40. He's at 49.5 overall field goal percentage. Dennis Rodman's at 51, so it's like less than 2 points on percentage.
I'm sorry, man. You know what I would tell Draymond about shooting? Shooting is just like a toenail. They might fall off occasionally, but they'll always come back.
Yeah, so Draymond Green is still a better shooter. And overall, he's a better player. But all right, fine then, whatever. Right? If we go to the playoffs now.
Okay, let me ask you this before.
Wait, why not? Like, because the heat is coming. You know you're about to get cooked, and you know I'm about to end your whole career right here. In the playoffs, points-wise, we already know Draymond Green is better, but he averaged twice as many points as Dennis Rodman. He averaged almost 4 or 5 times more assists than Dennis Rodman at 6.1 to 1.2. He has twice the steals at 1.6 to 0.6. He has twice the blocks at 1.5 to 0.6. But now when we come to rebounding, which is supposedly Dennis Rodman's bread and butter, get this. Dennis Rodman in the playoffs only averages 9.9 rebounds. And Draymond Green, 9.3 in their playoff careers. And Draymond Green averages 9.3 rebounds. In their playoff careers, their totals, even though Dennis Rodman played more career playoff games, Draymond Green has more points, more assists, steals, and blocks. And he's already catching up to him in the rebound column. Even though he's played like less total games than Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman played 169 career playoff games, and Draymond only played 123 career playoff games. State your case, sir.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Go for it.
If Draymond play in the 90, do you think he'd be this good?
Yeah, the skill set he has now, why wouldn't he? But you can't say.
What skill set does he have right now? Like he said guarding. Okay,
he can do everything on the court. Like think about this. Okay, he can shoot the ball.
Whatever.
He can pass the ball. He can steal, block, defend. Dennis can't shoot the ball. Dennis Rodman is not the playmaker that Draymond Green is, and no one can make that argument. That's such a baseless argument. There's only like 2 big men in the game right now that are on the passing level of Draymond Green, and that's Nikola Jokic and Bam Adebayo. Other than that, who is there? That's the same playmaker as you can even count Giannis.
Marc Gasol.
No, he's not at the level of Draymond Green.
No, yeah, he's talking about pass.
He can pass the ball, but he's a good passer for a big man, but not on the level of Draymond Green.
I don't think Draymond would be this good if he had to play with the era where the big center, like you having a big center.
That's the thing. You can't make that argument because he doesn't play.
I know we're comparing ghosts, but I understand that. But
who knows? Maybe he could have even been better then.
Nah, man.
Like,
he's still garbage.
This is all speculation. I'll tell
you this though. If Klay Thompson comes back next year, and if he doesn't perform the level that we accustomed to, right? Draymond is gonna be traded because they don't need him, man.
Like arguments that you're making now, you can't even make an argument where it's Dennis Rodman versus Draymond Green. Now you're making arguments where it's like other people. Or if you played in a different era, head to head, you even know yourself. Draymond Green overall,
I just told you all the fact.
Is a better
Dennis
player.
Rodman is a better.
He's only a better player when it comes to rebounding. When it comes to being a defender, Draymond Green is better.
No.
When it comes to being a playmaker, Draymond Green is better. No. When it comes to steals, blocks, scoring, Draymond Green is better.
I advise you to look your numbers because still,
Draymond Green is better.
Nah,
Draymond Green.
He probably have one good year.
No, what do you mean? When it comes to steals, it doesn't matter where you're looking. If it's his career, he has more steals than Dennis Rodman. If it comes to per season, more steals than Dennis Rodman. When it comes to playoffs, more steals than Dennis Rodman.
And
he's played less seasons.
Negative thing you can say about Dennis, besides his hair, his attitude. He's not always motivated to play.
That's a huge flaw. You can't be like, oh,
Draymond. He cost him the championship because of his stupidness, man.
And even then, he's still a better player than Dennis Rodman. You can't use that as a defense. Oh, he was unmotivated. Man. That should detract from him even more.
No. Okay. You probably watched the documentary, right? The Jordan documentary?
The Last Dance?
The Last Dance?
Yeah.
Right? When Pippen was out for a period of time?
Yeah.
Jordan said that Dennis's he asked Dennis to be more aggressive, more this, more that, and he did that. They stopped winning because of that. So you can't tell me Dennis is not a big part of that.
I never said he was. That's the thing.
And he's a better player. I mean, Bobby, you can say so many things, but he's the reason Detroit won a couple of championships. Bulls won 3.
Extremely hard to say. Yes, he was a part. Just the same way Draymond Green was a part of that. Right? If you take both of them out of their respective teams, they might not even win.
Golden State, if they have...
Golden State without Draymond Green probably doesn't win the first year. Doesn't win the second year. They probably don't even get Kevin Durant. Draymond Green is a big part of what they do. Even though he might not show up on the scoring the way Klay Thompson, Steph Curry does, he's the best playmaker on that team. He gets the most rebounds, steals, and blocks. He's and not just that. They allow the whole team to switch 1 through 5 because he's on the court.
How can you argue for a man when they lost for Cleveland and cry after the games like, KD, can you come play for us, please? We can't beat LeBron. There's 3 of us, but we need 1 more. Like, you can't argue for a guy who's...
Jordan did the same thing to get Dennis Rodman and Ron Harper to join the team.
Dennis Rodman wasn't an all-star player. They need a guy who can rebound, defend.
Well, they could have got other players. The reason why Jordan asked for Rodman is the same reason why Golden State got OKC. It's not because they needed that player. They just needed that player not to be on that team. Golden State didn't need Kevin Durant. They just needed him not to be on OKC. The Chicago Bulls didn't need Dennis Rodman. They just needed him not to be on the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, I see a lot of emotion, man. You're getting emotional.
Because I'm listening to you just spit blasphemy. You're just spitting lies, man. Utter lies. In your heart, in everyone's heart, we all know Draymond Green is the overall better player.
What did I say to you? Dennis Rodman, he get under people's skin, right? I just did. I just give you some facts. You got all emotional, start saying things like...
Because I just don't like it. It's like, you in your heart, you're lying to yourself. You're not lying to me. I just don't like when people lie to themselves. Like, we all know Draymond Green is a better player.
Please. When you get a chance to talk to your man, Draymond, basketball is not an equal opportunity game.
Fuck Draymond. I don't like Draymond Green. I don't like Dennis Rodman. I don't like either of them. But when it comes to just being unbiased, like, if we have to be honest, Draymond Green is a better overall player than Dennis Rodman is.
Dennis Rodman was he's in one of the greatest basketball team ever assembled. That won 72-10. You can say Golden State won 73-9, but at the end of the day, if you can't win it all, I don't know why he even in the All-Star. Like, she's garbage. Like, your team win.
You know that's lies, though. You know that's lies.
I don't consider him anything but a bench player, to be honest.
Now you're just lying. Man. Now you're just talking shit.
Draymond,
this is what a hater sounds like, guys. Just so you know, this is what a hater sounds like.
2-3 years ago, yeah, when they stopped calling him Draymond, right? After they became garbage. Like, sometimes I see him. There's a perfect job for him at the Lakers, security guard. Perfect job, man.
A Lakers fanboy, as you can hear.
I am a Lakers fan. Die-hard Lakers fan.
Look, this is the thing. Bias.
No, I'm saying
bias. It doesn't matter. Like, no matter what you argue, we can just leave it to the fans. Because they know, and they'll tell you. Draymond Green is a better overall player than Dennis Rodman is.
Wow. I don't know. You're watching... You watch black and white TV, but... To me, Dennis is a better player. Better, like... He makes things happen, He was talking about it yesterday. We were watching the documentary. It's like how you became a good rebounder. He said, I started studying the angle, right? That's a great player. So a great player can adjust in any era. I guarantee you, if you put Draymond in the 90s, he get crushed. He'd be probably playing a point guard because he's weak. Only thing he could do is pass the ball and set the screen for. It's like a bodyguard, Your job is to make sure Steph Curry, Klay Thompson doesn't get touched.
Just for our viewers, as you can see, like, just listening to all this podcast, every single argument that my brother here is making, none of them comes towards stats. He's doing things like oh, if he played in this era, if he played in that era. Nothing you say is based on facts. This is just based on the emotion, intuition. This is not a rational opinion, a rational statement.
Let me give you fact. You want fact?
I want fact.
All NBA team, they got 2-2, right? All defense first team. Dennis Rodman 7 times.
Played 6 more seasons, and overall all defensive teams. When you look at it, overall total all defense, he only has 3 more selections than Draymond Green.
How many times Dennis Rodman won rebound?
7 titles, but that's the only thing he does well. How many times did Dennis Rodman get the steals title? 0 times. Draymond Green got it as well.
You and I had this argument a few weeks back, right? To have a championship team, everybody has to play their role, right?
Yeah.
Dennis play his role.
So does Draymond Green.
No. Sometimes he thinks he's Steph Curry. He shoot 3 from far as air ball, man. Anyway.
In the 2016, when they had 73-9 in the Game 7, Draymond Green was the only person keeping them in the game. He had like 30 points. He was draining threes.
Oh.
Are you going to dispute that? Draymond Green is the only person who kept them in the game. That was that. Like, everyone can tell you this. As good as Dennis Rodman is, I'm not saying Dennis Rodman is a scrub. I'm not saying he's trash because that's lies. Even saying Draymond Green is bad is lies. But if you look at overall, who's a better player? Draymond Green is a better overall player. He's a more versatile player. Yes, Dennis Rodman is one of the greatest rebounders of all time. But that's all he's bringing to the table.
1 game in 7 years. It's like rains once in a while in Africa, right? It's a big deal.
That's racist, and it actually rains a lot in Africa. I lived there for 3 years.
We're from Africa, but so I think to me, Dennis is a better player.
To me, Draymond Green is a better player.
All right, so we'll leave this to you guys,
to the viewers at home, to the subscribers, to those of you who haven't liked and subscribed. I don't know what you're doing with your lives. Go like and subscribe. If you're at church, you need a break, come outside, have a smoke, give us a listen. If you're in the gym, in between reps, give us a listen.
Yeah.
If you're in class, your teacher just talking shit.
If your girlfriend loves you, put this on. Trust me, in 2 days you'll find a better one.
If your wife is stressing you out and you don't want to cheat on her, give us a listen. We better than sex. Kicking flavor in your ear.
Yeah, baby. In that note, I hope you have a great day.
You can find us wherever you listen to your podcast. You can find us on YouTube. Our Instagram is @the.oddbros. That's it.
Please subscribe our channel.
All right. Thank you very much.